Hello everyone, it's AK, and yep, finishing it up. So here we go. Last time I spoke to you, I was putting in every last one of the new inserts. Every last insert is in now. See the red? That's the Loctite that's holding the inserts in. So they're in there now, all the way through. Of course, this is what the inserts look like. They go inside the block. Like I said before, each one's supposed to be 1.5 down, and they all are 1.5 down. Go down. Here's the 1.5. Every last one. That's what the instructions ask for. Every last one, okay? And also, without the inserts, it's supposed to be 4.5 down. Each one is 4.5 down. So that part's done. Everything everything's locked in with the thread locker that comes with the kit. Okay. This stuff here comes with the kit. You have the drill bit that comes with the kit, which is still cutting. As long as you keep using the cutting fluid there, it will keep on cutting in. That's the drill bit that comes with it. These are some of the spacers that come with it. So when you do this, I suggest that when you're using this thing here, the jig, there's a certain way. I would say if I had to do it all over again, I would try to do something. So I started out like this. And so I was doing them like this, and then like that, and then like this. But if you start something like this, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then go like this, boom, boom, and then boom like here, and then maybe like this. I think I did, yeah, like that. No, I didn't do it like that. I think this one I did like this. This one I did like this. Yeah, this one I did like this. So what I'm getting at is, if you leave this one here, I was able to use the original thread before I put the new one in. So, but when you get done, you're gonna end up having one hole. So my last one was this one right here that I did not touch yet because I had these here had to dry before I could touch it, and this one had to dry before I could touch it. So I let all those dry, and then I was able to come back like this or like this to do this last one. I went like this and I did it. But and then these here are supposed to come out. You know, you can't go around those. So I pulled that one out, and then I was able to do it like this right here. I went like this right here, and then I went like this right here, and then I went like this right here. But this one right here, I did when the original was right here. When the hole was original right here, I did this hole like that. And then when this one was original, I did this one like that. Okay. But if you do it a certain way, you end up with only one left that you have to deal with, but you're gonna have to wait on them. You gotta wait on these to dry. I think its set time says 2 to 3 hours. I think it says on the instructions. But I waited. I did all of them. Did all the inserts before I did this one. I did all the inserts, put them in, got them all locked tight in and everything. So this one dried for a long time before I touched it. You know, and then I came back and did that one. But anyway, so it's all done now. Every last one. This has been sitting drying for a long time now, a few hours or all day. This one's been drying all day, I believe. So this one's done. All the inserts in. So now it's time to clean up a little bit. I did do a little bit of cleaning already. So now it's time to put the gasket on, get the head torqued on, get all the other pieces put together, and then move on from there. Get the timing chain lined up on this side, and then move on from there. But yeah, this is the jig. Oh, and then this jig comes with 2 of these end pieces here. Okay, so this is another thing that I'm going to say. When you put the other piece in there, okay, so this one goes in, and then you put the guide piece in. Okay, so this piece goes in with that piece, and that's what aligns you up. Okay, that's what lines you up. And then you take this piece out, and you leave this one in, and then the drill bit goes in with this one. Okay. Now, what I'm getting at is this drill bit is going to go all the way down to that line, and so it's going to stop like right at the top of this. See that line? It's going to stop here. That is not deep enough in the block at all. So you got to remove the jig. Yeah, hear me out. You got to remove this jig out. And like you saw in my previous video, you saw I had it all taped up. But when you got to remove the jig, pull the drill bit out because you stopped right here, and put the drill bit, clean it all out, blow it all out, put the drill bit back in the block without the jig, and finish all the way down to that line. From the top of this deck down is how deep you need to go. So you got to remove the jig, put that in, and then drill the rest of the way. You got to do that with the tapping, and you got to do that with that drill bit on every last one. So if you're gonna attempt this, this is a long job. This is not gonna be done in no 15 minutes. It's not gonna be done in no 15 minutes. You gotta be. It's gonna take some time. Especially if you're going to cover up like I did, where I had the tape covering up the whole deck. And every time you remove this jig, you're going to have to reset your tape and all that. Because if you don't, you're going to have so many scraps everywhere. It's crazy. So tape it all up real clean. And every time you go to put this jig down, put it down flat on your block. And then put the tape all around it. So buy you a big roll of tape. I got this from Home Depot. This works really good. This blue one right here with that number on and all that. This sticks to the block. Just every time you go to move everything, you gotta wipe it off because you're gonna have a little bit of oil there. Wipe it off so your tape will stick, but it'll stick. But wipe it off, clean it off real good, and then go over it again. So you're gonna have to keep on retaping, taping, retaping, taping, retaping. You're gonna have to do that over and over and over. It's not gonna be nothing you can finish in 15 minutes. Get that done, get all of them cut, and as you can see every last one is cut. See it? They all cut. They all have inserts in them. You can see all of them, but they all have the inserts in them. They all cut. Just make sure you go on this engine, which is to 5.0. Make sure you go 4.5 deep. So that means you got to take the jig off, go back in, and then do it like that. Okay. The kit really comes with everything you need. In the beginning, you're gonna have to do your measuring and making sure you're hitting the right spot, because you want to find out where that right spot is with the drill bit and with the tap. You need to know where to stop. So when you start doing them, you do your drill bit, get it all the way down, mark it on your drill bit like you see I marked. See how I marked? Mark it. Now you know how deep you need to go. So now when you start drilling all the other ones, you know how far down you need to go. And you have to do a lot of cleaning, because you go down so far with this, it will stop if it builds up a lot of the metal in there, and then you're gonna have to pull it out. So I suggest you go down so far, pull it out, clean it. Go down all the way down. You can stop 2 times on each one, or maybe 3 times on each one, until you get all the way down to that to that right mark on your drill bit. And then after that, you're done. So I'll be putting this together. So check this out. Okay, you can see I went on and I stuck the housing for the fuel filter on. See the head is on now. The head is torqued down. The cams are torqued down. You see I don't have the locks on the back anymore. Those are off. Got the timing chain. Boom. Back over here. Down here. You're all lined up. Okay. All right. So we have the chains lined up. The chain lined up at every spot. You can see that. All right. Everything on the top is torqued down. I put those inserts in here on this side. Remember, so when it came down to torquing it down, it went absolutely perfect. I do recommend that you do have to put new head bolts in there. Don't try anything else. New head bolts in. All those are torqued down. Chains on. You see I haven't pulled my pins out yet. I have this cover plate here is on. It's on. Got the Honda bond going mad up in there. That's good. So I'm gonna put this other cover on over here. Get that locked in. It's tightened down. And then I gotta put this cover on. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this cover on over here for this side for these cams, and then I'm gonna move on to the valve cover. That's the steps I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go put the other cover here, then I'm gonna put the valve covers on. After I get those valve covers on, I'll probably go on and get the intake on after that. Everything in the back is done already. These hoses in the back, this hose, this cross tube here, that's in already. See it? The sensors in the back are on here and over there. Those are on. This here screws into the top of the intake. This plugs into the back of the intake. So that's done. These here are gonna cross over and plug in over there. Okay. You see everything here is ready to go. So, of course, I'm gonna throw some more oil all over top of this, I'm gonna throw some more oil on there. I have the assembly lube on there already. I got my assembly lube that's on both cams, on the lifters and all that. It's on there. I'm gonna put some oil on top of both sides before I cover that. Like I said before, there's new seals for these two holes. This here, I'm gonna put the gaskets here, some silicone. That's gonna be that. But as you see, it's starting to come together. All right, see, I have some silicone going around there, man. I'm gonna try to get it around in here good. See, put that in there. Alright, so I have that spread all the way across pretty much. I like to have a little extra here at this top though. Make sure we won't have no oil leak up there. Just trying to get this lined up now. It has a little dowels there for you to line it up. Go. There we go. Let's get some screws in there now. Everything for this side here in this bag. Just gotta this up here. It's the bolts for it. Alright, here's all 5. Those right there. Over here, one there. This one down there. So I'm gonna start putting these in. Right there. Okay. That was in. Yeah. Okay, it's all 5 there. And we gotta go around, tighten those, and then I'm gonna put these pieces in. There we go. Trying to get these all snugged up. Probably should put my little drill on it. Put my drill on it. Just put this ratchet on it and get them down. Right, now I'm gonna snug it up with the socket wrench. Go. Nice and clean. Alright, let's stick these pieces on. Alright, so I have a little bit of oil here. I'm going to put that around the ring of this thing here so it can slide in clean. I'm also going to blow these off with some air, some compressed air. Put this right here so we could slide in, give it, oh, make sure it goes in easy here. Kind of put my finger in there. All right. All right, that one's on. Hammer looks like it's in the right home. Let's try this next one now. And there goes that one. Yep, that one's in. And let's get these two right here in. All right, gonna put a little oil around these. You don't want to slide these in. I think one goes like that, and one goes like that, and another one goes like that. They're the same sensor. Just put a little oil around it. There we go. Have that in. And we have to put the bolts in. Right here. Try to get all these in. Oh yeah, another thing, when I was taking this, before I took everything apart, you know, I made these little marks here. You see the dot to line it right back up. Right here. See the dots? Same thing over here. No, these here I wiped off. I wiped this side off, but so I'm already done with this side. But you see that? I suggest you to do something like that before you tear it all apart. Put your dots there, and then when you start putting it back together, put it back together, and you can use these dots. It's a little bit of a reference. Of course, this one here, I couldn't put it back to here because, you know, I lined up the timing marks. So, but before I took it apart, the actual chain was sitting here, and something similar to that over here, you know. See the dot there, and the dot for that one it's already cleaned off. You can't see it, but it I do say do that. Make sure you do that. I did some dots down here with the chain and stuff like that. This little metal thing right here. I did that, which is not really necessary for this, but I did it from here to here. I did it on the chain. So this dot right here was originally like sitting right there with the old setup, but once I timed up the marks, it's different. But that dot went with this chain mark. And I made a dot here, and it went with the chain mark somewhere on here, somewhere too. So I do suggest you do that. It just helps you put it back together, let you know that you putting it back right in the same area. It just helps a little bit. Every little bit helps. Continue putting all these in. I'm gonna come back and get all. I always start with your fingers first. Don't start anything with no drill, no ratchet, or whatever you want to call it. Start every single piece with your finger, okay? Don't play around with that. I have broken a lot of bolts in my lifetime. I believe me, if I tell you to do this, it's a reason. Start everything with your fingers. You can't strip it with your bare fingers. If you put a ratchet, a wrench or electric ratchet or something on there, you will strip it. Right, getting them all tightened in right now. Like I said, but you start with your finger first. There you go. And you see how when I'm using this, I get all I can start off fast. When you start getting out to the end, slow it down, because this thing I think goes up to like 50 foot-pounds. You can snap these little bolts. You just want to barely just touch it. All right. See, that's all in now. All those in. The cover is tightened down. Chains on, cams on, caps on, all that. That's all locked in. And we're gonna move on to putting these valve covers on to the top.